Hello everyone, I'm Niharika. Welcome to the English Workbook. So, I'm going to speak about a very important topic today. As you might have already seen the title of this video, I will give you some tips. These tips are going to help you to a large extent when it comes to IBPS PO mains. Okay, in fact, this will help you in other mains exam also. These exams where you have descriptive or similar level exams, it is going to help you in those exams as well. So first of all, before we start, make sure that you have subscribed the channel. Make sure to hit that bell icon so that you get all the updates. My social media handles are there in the description box. My website is also there, so you will get the link of my website in the description box, as well as link of my profile on an academy. Do check it out. So let's now get into the video. Let me share some important things with all of you. There is nothing like you will have to pen it down, but if you feel like you can do, but listen very carefully to me, whatever I am saying. The first thing is you cannot separate prelims from mains. Of course, they are two different exams, phases of the same exam, but then you need to know when you start preparing for any bank exam, that is the right time to start preparing for the mains exam also. Now, some of you might have done this already, you might be doing this, some of you may have not. Yes, the others will get advantage over you, but it is not like it will stop you getting selected in so exam. Now, talking about IBPS PO mains, it will help you a lot if you do good in English. In English, you get 40 minutes and 35 questions are asked. 40 marks are allotted to those 35 questions. Your target should be that at least you cross 25 plus questions. Anyhow, try to cross 25 questions mark and do those questions correctly. That means maintain the accuracy. These days, I have heard from some of these students, they were able to attempt 35 questions out of 35 questions, like 100% they attempted. But then I would say more important part over here is your accuracy. If you're rushing, we don't get a short paper. You will get lengthy questions. You may get multiple questions, and all of the questions are lengthy enough to take your time, to consume your time. So I would say first target how many questions you will be doing. Have a figure in your mind. From right now, start attempting 25 plus questions in your mock test. From that, you will get an idea that where are you standing, how much work you have to do. Then talking about 25 plus questions, but what kind of questions do we get, right? You get more comprehension based questions over here. Of course, you cannot separate vocabulary and grammar from comprehension. If your grammar is good, then only you will be able to comprehend. If your vocab is good, then again, it's something that will help ultimately in your comprehension. So you cannot separate these things, but yes, when you get to see that a question is to be answered after reading a portion, or you have to understand an answer, you will get a lot of help from grammar and vocabulary. There will be many RCs, many as in not all 35 questions will be of RC, but then you will get 2 to 3 RCs, short RCs having questions which will be indirect questions or inference based questions. So be prepared for that. And especially for inference based question, all you can do is practice. Read more, start reading more complex topics. Don't just stick to a level where you have already reached. Don't be satisfied in that. Read something more complex, high level, advanced level. You can pick up something related to finance or the topic you don't like at all to read. That kind of a topic you can start reading. Okay, pick those articles which are challenging, and then try to understand them. Try this thing, that how much you are getting from those kinds or genres which you don't like at all, which you are running away from just because you feel these topics are tough for you. So in that way, when you will challenge yourself from now, in exam, if you get any tough topic or article based on a tough topic, you won't be surprised. Okay, this is what we want. We want you guys to be used to that thing which can come in your exam. And such topics, for example, could be finance related things, international relations related things, some things when there are times when you don't like to read controversial things, but do that. That may come in your exam. That may be the topic of your RC. So it will be really helpful if you start doing it from today onwards. Okay, so that kind of reading we want. Then increase your vocab level. Those vocab that you have already completed, you have done those words and those words were good enough for pre. Now target for some higher level vocab. Okay, that you can do through practice. You don't have to sit with a lens and then start searching tough vocabulary. Otherwise, you will do very tough ones. Maybe they are not meant for bank exam, they are meant for GRE or a CAT level exam. So don't go that far away, but stick to something that is relevant to your exam. IBPS PO I'm talking about. And the best way for this is to do it through practice. You might be already doing some marks, you might be attending some of my sessions, some of you might be my students on Unacademy Plus. You know the words which we deal with and which we do. So those words are going to definitely help you. But don't be scared when you come across any tough word, any tough vocabulary, but just try to relate it with something and memorize it that way. Coming on to grammar, you won't get straightforward questions from grammar, just like one sentence broken into 4 parts, and then you have to spot one part having error. You won't get that kind of questions, but you may get a higher level of it. Okay, again, you might be given a passage. In that passage, they will give you 3 lines in options, and then they will ask, or they may ask, which of these lines will fit in that paragraph. Grammatically, it should be correct, and of course, contextually, it should be correct. In that way, what you have to do now, you ultimately will have to go through the grammar part. You will have to check the line grammatically. In para fillers, many times paragraph fillers, these questions, this topic is very important for mains exam. So now what you have to do is you have to again check grammar, you have to check the context. So these things are important. You cannot just overlook grammar and think only reading can help you in getting through mains. Grammar will help you a lot in descriptive also. So for those, if you're not aware of this, you have to clear descriptive portion also for IBPS PO exam. And descriptive might be challenging for many of the students here. I'm going to make a separate video how to prepare for essays and letters. So I will do that very soon. You will get some guidelines, you will get some pointers to excel in written English, descriptive English also. Now, let's keep that thing apart later on, but just for now, know that if you're good in grammar, if you are good in vocabulary, if you're good in framing and if you're good in understanding sentence, of course, you will be able to frame one. So all these things will help you in descriptive section also. But coming back to mains, okay? So one thing, RCs, they will be short or shorter than what you get in your prelims, but they will be challenging or tricky, or they may really be tough in the way that the question asked may take some time for you to understand. Okay, so this is something you need to keep in your mind. RCs are very important. If you can get some practice sets, you can search online, and if you are on Unacademy Plus, again, you have my courses. From there, start doing RCs. Don't skip those questions in your practice time, which are inference based. At least try them. In your exam, if it is extreme condition, it is okay. But if you are practicing, it's just you are giving a mock test, at least try that you are going in right direction or not. When you are picking up, when you are choosing an option to be your answer of inference based question, themes, tones, and all, it includes everything, right? Then you again should not be scared of length. Take out this feeling of getting scared and being afraid of lengthy questions. I have seen many times. I take special classes. By the way, I take special classes daily, 6:15 and 9 p.m. Explanation part is in Hindi, not in English, but that's my timings for free classes. Now coming back over here, when I see them, as soon as lengthy question comes, students, they run away, they leave the session. But if you keep doing this, you are not here, you are not preparing for exam just to clear phase one of it, and then that's it. And then people regret it later. We don't want that. So let's be very, very, very focused that what we have to do, we have to crack the exam, not just prelims. And mains, it's something that will require a lot of effort, because that's the actual part where scrutiny is done. Okay, keep that in mind, keep that goal in your mind, and don't run away or be afraid of any lengthy question. Make sure to be such a reader who is focused on tiny details. So in your mains, you can take 1.5 minute up to 1.5 minute for each question. As I said, out of 35 questions, it's not necessary, and I won't even say it's possible to do 35 correct questions out of 35 questions which are asked in mains. So at least if you're giving 1 minute, okay, you get 40 minutes for doing 35 questions. So you can give more than a minute easily to a question. Okay, so take your time and target for 25 plus questions, even in your practice, whenever you are practicing giving any mock test. So do all these things. There will be some questions which may be based on idioms, like a straightforward idiom based question. Start doing idioms, but there are chances that you may get some different idiom which you have never heard of. It's okay, you can skip that in your exam, but you won't get many questions. Like you won't get 5 questions all based on idioms. You may just get like 2 or 3 questions. So one more thing, as I was speaking this, I got reminded that in your mains you don't get such questions which are of same type. So in prelims you have 5 or 6 or 7 error detection question. When you start doing error detection, you get in that flow. For next 6 questions, 5 questions, your mind is prepared. You don't have to switch to other kind very quickly. But this is different when it comes to mains. In mains, even your RCs are like so short and complicated, but then it will have only 3 questions, 4 questions, and then your RC is changed, or the pattern is changed, or there is a new kind of a question. Be very aware of this thing. Train your mind from right now to adapt in such situation where so quickly things are changing. Okay, you have to be careful about what you are reading, instruction, question. Read carefully. Many of these students, they miss out just because they don't read it properly. I mean, they miss reading not, instead of incorrect they read it correct. All these mistakes should not happen. Okay, you should not make all these mistakes. So RCs, paragraph fillers where you have to complete a paragraph, parajumbles, new pattern parajumbles are also there. I'll try bringing more sessions where I will touch on these topics individually. But if you are there on Unacademy, or Unacademy Plus, on Unacademy Plus you will get so many questions to practice mains level. But on Unacademy, if you are attending my special classes, you may find some classes. You will have to scroll down and search a bit. Okay, so yes, parajumbles, the new pattern I'm talking about, and the old pattern as well. Then you may get some questions which are like in close test, you will get a mixture of other questions. I call it hybrid questions. In an RC, you will get one question of error detection, other question of filler, then other question of improvement. So these are single liner questions which you did for mains, for prelims, not for mains, for prelims. Now you are getting it, just one question, but in the format of an RC. Okay, or maybe let's say it's a closed test. Now closed test may not be just having fill-ups where I will just need a word and it is done. It may need a phrase. Okay, to complete it we may need a phrase, we may need a whole sentence, so you can get variety that way. So it becomes a hybrid, it becomes a mixture of multiple types of question given in a bigger format, a larger format. Okay, so that hybrid closed test and hybrid RC, so called, you can do it directly. Like you don't have to read the RC completely. All you can do is go to that particular question. If it is a filler, then read one line before and after and then mark it. Okay, if it is the next question is error detection, then go through the sentence, just deal with it just like you would do any normal error detection question. Then if the third question is word swap, so you do it accordingly. Whatever is asked, you can do one by one directly from question. You can go to that hybrid RC or closed test. Yes, you will take some time to get used to this pattern. If you are very new, if this is your first time, you may find it very difficult, but over a period of time, people have done it. I mean, your seniors, others, those who have cracked the exam, they have done it. So if others can do, you can also. You will have to put your heart and soul in preparing for your mains. Try doing that, I would say. Just give again your 100%. This has been my motto. I would again say the same thing. 100% is something needed from your end. So more efforts you will put, more results you will see, and better results you will see. Do this daily, practice English daily, because two subjects, English and current affairs, these two things, these two subjects help a lot. They take care of the other two when it comes to cracking or clearing cutoff of mains. And these two are the things you have to focus on. I don't teach current affairs, so not gonna talk about it. But when it comes to English, talking about English, I have given you some pointers. Take it as a challenge, discuss it with your friends. Okay, and then there will be some more things which I will be talking about later. As of now, I'm giving you this task. If you are expecting good result of pre, then start preparing for mains. Don't wait for your result. This preparation of mains will help you from right now. Okay, God forbid if you miss out in prelims, later on when you try, later on when you give mains of any other exam, it is gonna give you result in that particular exam. So your efforts are not going in waste. Know this thing. Any kind of efforts ever made by anyone, it never goes in vain. And you need to understand it. All the best for your preparation, and I'll keep coming with such tips, especially some tips and tricks for descriptive, or some points which will guide you in getting better in descriptive. I'm going to make a video on that as well very soon, and I'll publish it for all of you. Thank you so much. Make sure to like and share the video. I'll be seeing you soon. Till then, take care.